beautiful country with some of the most unique wildlife, both animals and plants, that you'll see anywhere. And it sort of gets under your skin, so you might come this time and you might want to come back. So beware.
It's the magic island, so we're gonna discover it together.
There were 10 species of lemurs at the park. We saw the black and white ruffed lemurs in cages and outside the cages, and some of us got to see them lying around doing absolutely nothing. That was fantastic. The brown lemurs, of course, the white-fronted brown lemurs, they were pretty active, and the crowned lemurs, the gray ones with the red crown, they're from up north. The little baby tortoises were kind of cool. They're from the southwest, so those are all animals that have been confiscated and put there. They're there in a rainforest area where they're reproducing and doing fine. The chameleons with their color, people say the chameleons, change their color to match the camouflage of their environment. Actually, it's emotional. There was one we saw earlier in the day that was bright red and white. And then later on, as it was being picked on by another big male chameleon, it turned kind of brown and was really trying to get away from this other chameleon who was actually chasing a female. That female was not really interested in being pursued by this big, bright, colorful male, and so she was opening her mouth and hissing at him. And he approached her, but then there was this plant in the way. She was not interested, so he just climbed up the plant. He wasn't really trying to chase her. He was playing it very cool. Anyway, so that was a bit of a chameleon social drama that we got to see.
As you head north along the east coast of Madagascar, you get to the Mashuala Peninsula, and that big bay is called the Antangil Bay. It is special because it is one of the last wild areas in Madagascar. It has this vast tract of rainforest that comes from, high on the mountains down to the coast and touches basically the beach.
Hello, I am Didi. I'm gonna show you the wonders of this place, which is then Mashuala, or the Eye of the Forest. This is then the biggest national park of Madagascar. We got two different ecosystems here. First of all, we got this primary rainforest of Mashuala. And then the second one will be then this marine park of Tampul, which is then part of Mashwala National Park.
There are about 170 species of palm in Madagascar, all but one or two of them are endemic.
This is the only place in the world that the red ruff lemurs live, and if you think the black and whites are cute, the red ruffs are really cute.
In Marwanset, and the local people use the leaf for making spoon during the ceremony, during big party, because it's not possible to share each person about 100 person one spoon, but it's not possible. But leaf, it's easy because it's cheap.
Yeah.
So how to make a spoon? It's like this, and then it's good spoon, even to drink water, even to eat rice. It's green spoon. And it is also biodegradable and food, no problem.
When people die, they are buried. But after 5 years, there is second burial. And the bones will be put in the coffin. And the coffin will be in the tomb, the real one, because the first one was just temporary.
This park has 250,000 hectares. It is the biggest park in Madagascar. We have the primary forest in this place, in Luatuzna, the name of this place. And Luatuzna means head of the whale. We have a lot of animals here. The lemur, we have 10 species of the lemurs and 3 lemurs on the day. One of them is the red ruffed lemur. It is endemic in Mashwala. Only Mashwala we can find the red ruff. We have a lot of species of the birds, a lot of frogs, chameleons, and we stay in the small part of this park. We stay only around here. Is the easiest place to see the red ruffed lemur.
Nahita maswande
Ankarana, the stone forest of Madagascar, this amazing Tsingy Massif, this quite spectacular landscape that you haven't seen anything like it. You'll probably never see anything like it again until you come back to Madagascar.
There's lots of forest around the Ankarana, and it's mostly because you can't farm on limestone. It's rocky, but also the water just seeps right through, and the reason that the water goes right through is because limestone is a calcium-based rock. It's calcareous. It's formed. This block was formed around 130, 140 million years ago. As the Madagascar's moved, the limestones come up, the area around it's eroded, so rainfall over time, coupled with any kind of biological activity, has poured into the Ankarana, down and underneath it in form of rivers, and the rivers create caves. Here is what we call a perte d'eau, which is was a crevice in the rock, and then the water from the river is eating it all away, taking it all down, and it's just a big hole in the river.
Montendambra, the ancient volcano with the humid forest, rainforest on top. It was a lovely drive out there. We stopped to see chameleons. We saw 2 different species. Water, it's all about water at Montendambra. It's water that comes from that mountain that supplies all the agricultural land around and supplies Diego town. It's very important for water.
We will be sailing around the northern tip of Madagascar and then sailing south and ending up at Nosy Bay, which means Big Island. And Nosy Komba has been set up with a little local private reserve that the community runs, and it's a very small garden reserve area where the black lemurs are very habituated, and they'd come down and you can feed them bananas. If you have to think of a place that's in the middle of nowhere,
then it would be Aldabra. It's a very hard place to get to. It's miles from anywhere. It's from an ancient volcano which a fringing reef formed around it, and then the volcano sank. There are reef sharks foraging and fossicking around, and there are sea turtles, and Aldabra, with that and the giant tortoises just on land, it's one of these sort of places that seethe with life.
It is a beautiful country with some of the most unique wildlife, both animals and plants, that you'll see anywhere. And it sort of gets under your skin, so you might come this time and you might want to come back. So beware.
Méditation bat ma calapo.